Salaam alaikum, everyone. My name is Rachel, and I'm 17 years old. I'm a Christian. I was born a Christian. I was brought up in a Christian household by my mother and father. My father is Catholic, and my mother is Protestant. They weren't really the religious Christian type. I more encouraged them to start going to church, and when I got older, I felt like I wanted to be closer to God. I wanted answers for things in my life. So I almost encouraged my parents to get deeper into their faith. There was a point where I was going to church weekly and I actually made my holy confirmation in the Catholic Church, but I still felt something missing. I still felt unanswered questions. I didn't feel a strong faith in God. I felt like there was a God, but I didn't necessarily feel like Christian or Catholic was necessarily the direct relation from God. So I kept just going on with my life. I felt pretty lost and alone, and I got involved with some things that I really knew weren't me, and I knew they weren't in my heart, and they knew that they weren't guiding me in the right direction in life. But I really wasn't sure where else to go. So then later on, I became more curious about Islam because I had quite a few friends that were Muslim. I became curious not with the intentions of converting or anything like that, but more just curiosity. I was always the type of girl, student in school that always wanted to learn. I always liked learning something new. So I was just interested in learning about the religion. So I would have discussions with my friends and I would debate between, the beliefs of Christianity and the beliefs of Islam. And I felt that, Christianity was right. I didn't understand all the things about Islam, like why they didn't eat certain foods and they weren't supposed to listen to music and they couldn't drink and the girls had to dress a certain way. I didn't understand any of that and I thought it was just restrictive and it was, a boring life. But as I kept learning more, I actually got pretty interested and I thought, you know what? This is something special. So I almost had like a thirst for more knowledge about the religion. So I ended up going to the library and I checked out as many books as I could that had anything to do with Islam or Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, anything like that. I learned about all the holidays, the customs, the beliefs, the five pillars of Islam, everything like that from Ramadan to Hajj, everything I could learn about, I I did. Anything I could read and get my hands on about Islam, I did. I watched videos about other converts online and I watched online lectures. I attended lectures at the mosque. I just tried to educate myself in every way that I could. And I felt like, wow, this could really be something to, for me, something that makes sense to me because many questions that had been bothering me in life, like why am I here? What am I supposed to do while I'm here? What happens to me when I leave? What's wrong? What's right? Islam provided many logical answers to those questions that had been, haunting me for most of my life. And I felt like it really could guide me in the right direction because I spent, many years of my teenage life in the wrong direction. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy, with myself, with my life. I wasn't happy in general. And as I started learning about Islam, I realized that if you live your life by what Islam teaches you, you will be healthy and you will be happy. And that's what life is about. Life is about finding happiness internally and externally and living life that way. So as I started learning more, the idea of converting crossed my mind, but I'm not necessarily the type to jump into anything. Plus, I really don't think my mom would accept it too quickly. So I've been learning about Islam for about 4 years now, and I'm still continuing to learn. I have taken some steps though towards becoming a Muslim because I don't just want to dive in. I don't want to convert one day and then the next day have to learn everything and become a Muslim. I want to know that I already am a Muslim when I decide to convert. It'll just be the final step, the actual conversion. So right now, I have taken the step of eating halal, which means that I only eat meat or chicken that has been killed in a certain way so that the animal doesn't suffer pain and it's been killed in God's name. I also don't consume any pork, so that's one step that I'm taking towards becoming a Muslim. I also hope to learn to start praying because there are certain ways to cleanse yourself before you pray, certain words that you say, and the five required prayer times a day. So I'm hoping to learn more about that and start praying in English because I know that you are supposed to pray in Arabic, I obviously am not fluent in Arabic, so I want to start praying in English with hopes of one day, inshallah, actually being able to pray in Arabic. So I want to start moving in that direction of becoming a Muslim, so when I become, it'll just be natural. It'll just be my life now. But there are still some questions I have, some concerns. Um, at first, I thought that, the step of eating halal would be very difficult because I was a typical American, I was used to my bacon cheeseburgers and everything like that. And I didn't think it would be easy. But actually it was, and I believe that it was easy because it's what I wanted in my heart. I wanted to eat halal. I wanted to do what a Muslim should do. And it was difficult in sometimes because, my mom does not cook halal and you can't just eat anywhere. But it's about having self-discipline, about being able to control yourself and do what you know is right. And I think my mom, for the longest time, just thought I hated her cooking, but that wasn't the case. I was just making a decision for myself, a decision to live my life differently. And I understand that to Islam, it seems like a radical idea to many Christians. It seems like a religion that smothers women or doesn't give women freedom, and that is definitely not true. If anything, Islam teaches people the beauty of a woman and teaches people, to value a woman and everything that she's worth. And the problem is that many people, they confuse Arabic culture and Islam as a religion, which are two completely separate things. There are many things that Arab Muslim people do that is not part of Islam. It is part of what they do and what their culture does. And a lot of it actually does go against the Islamic religion. So that, creates a lot of stereotypes. It creates a lot of things that make the religion look bad. But once I was able to process and distinguish the culture and religion, it made it clear to me that Islam was a beautiful religion. And to me, when I talk about it, I feel like a mother talking about her child, something that's special, something something that touches me from the heart. And I do hope, that I can convert one day, inshallah soon, and that my mom will accept things. But at this time, I just want to keep learning and keep taking small steps because you don't want to jump into anything, You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. It's better just to work your way into something until you get there instead of, jumping off into the deep end before you know you can really handle it. And kind of what inspired me to make this video. The other day I was at my friend's house and they had a lady and she was visiting from Iraq, and what she does is she opens the Quran and she can answer questions or tell you about your future. And what she told me is that I'm going to convert to Islam. She also said that I will become very religious to the point where I'm actually teaching people about Islam. And whether that's true or not, which inshallah it is, because the thought of that is very exciting. The thought that I could become a good enough Muslim where I'm actually teaching others is amazing, and I would love for that to happen. And it motivated me to actually try to make that happen and try to make that my life. I've just been really focusing at this point in time is a point on the Islamic calendar called Ashura, and there's many things going on at the mosque and everything that really gives me an extra chance to educate myself even more than I normally would. So right now, I've really just been taking advantage of every possible aspect where I can learn more. And I'm hoping that everything goes smoothly and pretty soon I will actually be able to convert to Islam. At this point in time, I don't wear a scarf. I just wanted to wear one for this video because inshallah one day I will wear a scarf and I just want to feel more comfortable showing it. Thank you. Hopefully more to come soon. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Bye.